just wanted to post a quick video, and I know that this might be a little much for some people, but this is what's happening. This is my rooster that was having the neurological issues that I had to put down. You can see that his legs are just not working right. This is infuriating, and it's sad. Okay, so I went down to the creek right by my house, and mind you, we're almost 2 weeks later, and this is what we still have. There are literally hundreds of dead fish, all coming from the one creek that's coming from the wreckage. That fish in this one is actually probably about a foot long, so it's not just the little ones, and then you see a bunch of little ones scattered around it. There was probably, 30, 40 in that hole. They're just everywhere. Now this is the creek that runs into Little Beaver Creek. There's another big fish. Little Beaver runs into Big Beaver, runs through our state park, and there's dead fish everywhere. I can't even begin to imagine the trickle effect we're going to have on the wildlife around here that we have an abundance of. We have endangered species in our creeks. They're just everywhere. Now this is me walking down that creek, and in front is Little Beaver. Okay, this is where it dumps into Little Beaver. See, it comes down and into the bigger creek. And there's Little Beaver. And right up there is my house. Now I decided to go upstream a little bit, and I still found dead things. Another big fish. I did make sure that one was dead. And you can see again here, this is where that one dumps into Little Beaver. And then I went up further up my side of the creek, and there's fish swimming. So I don't do this ever. I don't talk on here. This is for fun for me. But I kind of just wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about what we've been dealing with here on my farm. I'm 3.5 miles away from the Ohio train derailment in East Palestine. I went to school in that town. My family's in town. My friends are in that town. And we've been through a lot these past couple weeks, and we're still dealing with it, and we will be dealing with it for years to come. At this point, I've accepted the fact that there's a chance that I'll have cancer in my 30s because there's nothing I can do to get away from this. The damage is done. The damage was done 3 days before I ended up evacuating, before they did the explosion. I guess you can say controlled burn. It was an explosion. But yeah, we stayed the first 3 days, and then Monday before the controlled burn, I have a few railroad friends that were close to me as far as living arrangements, and they were also leaving, and they told me that it was probably a very good idea to get out. I also have the main contaminated creek is, it goes right into the creek that runs by my house, at my house. Where they go together is on my property line. But anyway, what made me leave was I had stopped and talked to some cops that had some roads blocked off by my house. And I asked them straight up, should we leave? I know it's not mandatory, but what would you do? I have kids, I have animals. And he looked at me and said, I don't even want to be standing here right now. We are ordered to leave at 3:15. So that was it. I went home, horse trailer, loaded up as many animals as I could. Some got left behind, and it was probably one of the hardest days of my life. I had to make some decisions that I didn't want to make. But we left, and we ended up coming back the next day. But I can still smell it from time to time. There's still things in the cricks. And my family and myself, we were breathing that in for 3 days before that. My stepdaughter has been to the doctors. She has a severe rash that they can't seem to get to go away. Her lungs feel like they're on fire every time she steps outside. She's 17 years old. This is affecting us so much. I feel like my town is being destroyed. Where I grew up, where I love, is being destroyed. If you want to know more, part two.